Oh, hello there. Zara Highhill here. Thanks for tuning in to the Dragon Between podcast, a 5th edition D&D story based on Keith Baker's steampunk land of Eberron. We release a new episode every week, so be sure to follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and wherever fine podcasts are made. Now, let's begin the adventure, but remember, sometimes the greatest adventures are the secrets that we keep within.
When we last left off, a group of adventurers found their way to the headquarters for the Trollskull Impetu Arcanum, a newly formed adventurers guild based in the cliffside ward of Sharn. After meeting their sponsor, Rainier Irdimmel, the characters were tasked with proving themselves by eliminating a dangerous street gang that called themselves the Shunners. The characters were then directed to the Greyflood district to meet with a wizard called Grinda Garloth who would assist them. The group traveled to the neighborhood known as Miss Shore and found the eccentric spellcaster. Grinda then offered the group the use of her apparatus of Qualish, a mechanical construct designed for underwater exploration, for a percentage of any treasure that they found in the harbor. After a detailed instruction on how to operate the vehicle and a handy casting of a water-breathing spell on the group, the characters descended down into the brackish water. The party explored the riverbed for a good hour or so and eventually discovered a system of caves opening with a strange stone covering marking the entrance to a tunnel. The characters delved into the underwater tunnel and found themselves in a pocket of air opening into what appeared to be a lived-in system of caves. The group then navigated through a winding tunnel and discovered a huge sandpit seemingly filled with garbage. As the group slid down knee-deep into the sandpit, they attracted the attention of a ravenous Otyugh. After a fierce-pitched battle, the characters emerged victorious, determined to press on and locate their quarry. Gunthral, the barnacle-crusted chest which you pulled from the back of this disgusting creature is currently within your grasp, and I have placed it in your inventory.
I just saw that. Well,
I think there was a dagger in there.
I think we opened it up, didn't we not?
I think so. I believe you discovered some gold gallifars, a dagger, and some sort of jewelry box.
Does anyone need anything out of this?
I have no use for the dagger.
I can carry it until we get out and see if we can get any coin for it.
May I see the dagger?
Okay.
I'll take it. I'll look at it.
Okay. I'll put it in your inventory.
I can identify this and see if anyone wants it later, but again, maybe I should wait until we get out of here first.
Jeremy, did you want me to move it to the loop?
Did I put the dagger into your inventory, or did I just put the chest?
No, I got a dagger in here.
Okay. Yeah, you can throw it to the party loot. And you might also have the jewelry box in there, too.
Yeah, where was all the gold we found? Is it on the
I believe
party sheet?
I believe I already distributed it to all of you.
Oh, okay.
Gold?
Okay.
What gold?
What gold?
Ah, yes, because I had 100 and now I have 325. Okay, thanks. Makes sense.
There's a dagger.
Anything else you would want me to look at? Did you find any other items that, later on I can look and see or tell you what the ability of them are?
Well,
You're a smart one.
I have a question for you, Gunthrow. How long does your daylight spell last?
1 hour.
Okay.
Not concentration.
All right. So as you say that, Eli, and look around the cavern within the sand pit, you can see the reflection off of the front of Gunthrel's armor, casting out this bright light within the cave. You can see coins glittering throughout the sand, all around you, all around the cave.
I know this sounds a little greedy, but maybe we should collect the coin. It's not like this gang will be using it. And I start going around, starting collecting coins.
Get some
Okay.
like caster or something. Do you have something that can pick it up for you?
That would be really nice.
You know, I should invent something like that. Maybe work with the artificer one day. That's a great idea. He pulls out his book and like writes it down.
I'm full of ideas.
As this is all going on, Lathana is still stroking Ari's as a dire wolf.
How much time would you like to spend gathering up coins there, Eli?
I want to spend like 30 minutes. 10 of that minutes, I'm going to cast Detect Magic. Enter as a ritual.
Okay.
Well, at the 15-minute mark, I'm going to leave.
Wait, no, come back.
I want to be on guard and looking around.
I will also pick up some coins as well, but Eli, you know, we just sounded the alarm door. They know we're here, so we probably don't want to stay here too long.
I know, I'm a poor wizard, okay? Any coin will help me right now.
Just found a chest of gold. I'm set for life.
Are there any exits to this cavern around us?
Well, looking up on the ledge that is the 15-foot high ledge that sort of curves up from the sand pit, which is across that northern wall, that northwestern wall. You can see another column that's leading up to the cave ceiling, and you can see all the bags and discarded chests and garbage that is piled up in what appears to be some sort of makeshift slope that someone has placed here, either intentionally or unintentionally. You're not sure. And you can see you can see just beyond the dim light. You can see another mouth of the cave, which is I will begin to reveal for you.
All right. So we'll be able to climb up there by using that makeshift stairs.
Absolutely.
Is that there on the right where you have the radius, the 10-foot radius?
That would be the pile of bags. Yeah, is correct.
All right.
And for your information, Jeremy, the bright light is 60 feet, and it goes out for another 60 feet beyond that to a total of 120 feet of dim light.
Okay. So we'll just say that you're like E.T.
Can you turn that off, or is it there permanently?
I can cancel it. I want to see.
Yeah.
All right. So, Eli, you're going to spend half an hour, you said, gathering coins?
Up until they start like, Eli, come on. But I do want to cast Detect Magic as a ritual, so it takes 10 minutes.
Okay. And Ender, are you leaving while he's doing that and going up the slope?
I suppose, no, I'm not. I'm going to wait for my whole party. I'm going to point out the slope to my team, and then when we're all ready, we should proceed.
I'd like to sniff around Barnacle Bill and see if I can determine if that's what that mucus came from, if it was that creature or something else.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Make a perception. Well, that would be less of a perception. That would be an investigation check. Make an investigation check. Or, I'll tell you what, make a nature check. Since you're in your wolf form, I'll say make it a nature check. With advantage, because you've seen the slime and now you're comparing it to the creature. It does appear to be very similar. Minus the bit of sand. This creature is... The slime that's on the creature has a thick coating of sand and barnacles on it. But giving it a cursory sniff, it does seem very familiar to you, even in your wolf form with your enhanced olfactory senses.
And we all have no way of knowing that because she's currently a little doggo.
Correct. Unfortunately, you cannot communicate with her because she is a pupper.
You could talk to animals in our first campaign, right? Sabrina?
Oh, when I was a barbarian, yes.
Yeah. I thought so. That's why I think I confused you for a ranger.
Sabrina, are you able to see the map? It's telling me that that you're not accessing the map.
I see it.
Oh, that's weird.
I wonder what else she has access to then. If you have the D&D notes, do not tell them. But share them with us.
Jerry, during the 15 minutes, the pile with the smaller circle, I'll be rummaging around in that area. I'm trying to stay in the center so everyone can see.
Okay. All right, so you're all just kind of waiting for Eli to do his thing and giving a cursory look around.
I'll go over to him and give him a little nudge just to try and nudge him with my face in the direction toward the slope.
Don't worry, just a minute. This has been 10 minutes.
Okay. So after 10 minutes, you cast Detect Magic. You do not detecting magic within this chamber, but you are getting a sense of magic coming off of your friends and off of yourself from your magical items. And the dagger, which Gunthro gave to you, is appearing to emanate some kind of an aura.
All right, and I say, the dagger is magical, and there's nothing else in this chamber that's magical. After I spend a few minutes picking up coins, we can head out.
I'll lead the way.
So how many minutes total did you say you wanted to stay and pick up coins?
However long they let me. Remember,
And that's
4
with the
wizards.
group.
Well, I guess you better ask your friends if they're going to leave you or not if you just stick in this room. So it looks like they're starting to leave. The light is moving away.
As I slowly start walking towards the thing, I start grabbing coins and.
Okay.
Why is nobody else interested in gold? It's gold, free gold.
He has some wizard school debt.
Oh, I might need a little hint. Gunthro, you said you help people with their head, something.
What do you say, little thing? I didn't understand you. You got some weird accent.
You said you help people when they're hurt. Do you have anything with you right now?
I've always got something, but people seem to be moving. They're not on the ground, so.
She's kind of battered from the fight. Just taking a look at her. She's a little bloody.
Well, let me see if I can't cure that.
She has several stab wounds all across her body. Her jaw is missing. She should be okay, though.
It's a mere flesh wound.
So, Eli, you found 787 gold gallifars, 345 silver pieces, 698 copper pieces, and 28 platinum pieces.
Hey guys, I found a lot. Sure you want to leave? I can find some more.
We can always come back, you know.
Let's secure the cavern first.
All right. True. We have to go this way anyway to go back to the submarine.
Maybe.
With the crab thingy, whatever we call that thing.
The apparatus of Qualish?
Yes, the apparatus.
Okay. All right. So you can see that the tunnel appears to continue on.
I say, yeah, we start heading this way. I see that the map has a bunch of, what is that? Are those potions down there? To our southeast, right over here.
What you see on the map is just window dressing. So what you're seeing,
Okay.
You're seeing like cast off bottles and garbage. It's funny. One of the players in the other group mentioned the same thing to me. Or like, I see all these weapons and things on this map. These are things I can have, right?
That's funny.
All right, guys, I'm proceeding down the cavern. Don't let me stray too far ahead of you guys, because I know Jared, and I know dangerous caverns.
Are you feeling better, little thing?
A bit.
Okay, peeking around the corner, you can see that the tunnel continues on.
But for the record, Gunny, I've shot and slain things bigger than you, so I wouldn't call me little thing.
We'll
Just
see.
for the record.
Lathana, there's no need to whisper. We are bringing with us a bonfire.
Well, you know, real stealthy, I know.
You got some spunk in your little one, and he smacks you on the back.
You just feel this meaty hand thump you.
And she holds out her fist to give him a fist bump.
I should mention that he's hitting nothing right now because unless one... Oh, well, no, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting. Gunthrow is a walking nightlight.
Yep.
There are no shadows here.
And you can hear the soft padding of your direwolf companion panting behind you.
If the dire wolf gets close, I'll scratch it behind the ears. Hey, little one.
Cute puppy. Oh. Let's keep going.
So you're not really hearing. You're not hearing a whole lot of sound other than the echoes of those drips. And as you continue on down the tunnel, you can see that the tunnel continues on east, and it appears to curve up a little bit.
Then we shall curve up a little. As soon as I see movement of any kind, I will probably stop, even if that's mid walking here.
Yeah, there's a wall where you're pointing towards right now. Okay. Oh,
It loaded in slow for me.
I see. You changed it.
I will actually break through the wall.
You break through the wall. You're so powerful. Oh my gosh.
You break through the third wall.
I'm not that strong, am I?
And as you all make your way to the end of this tunnel, by end I mean there appears to be some kind of rock fall that has caved in this tunnel.
Oh, I see. So we can't make it through here.
And as you get closer, you see some sort of dilapidated corpse.
I guess we shall investigate.
I'm gonna take a sniff at it.
Okay, you're gonna get close and sniff it.
Yeah.
Okay. As you get closer, you see what it looks like more of that yellowish brown mold that you saw before. When in the cave, like on the different like bits of garbage and things that were in there around the area.
How long ago did this tunnel collapse? I'll ask towards my party.
And so right now you're just getting close to it and sniffing the corpse, Ari.
Yes.
Okay, how close do you actually want to get to it? Do you want to get right up on it, or like?
I'm gonna get pretty close, but like just kind of lean forward and sniff it. I don't want to be like right on top of it.
Okay. As you begin to lean close to it, these little tiny little puffer balls begin emitting dust out in a cloud, like an explosion of dust. And I need everyone to make Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I try to hold my breath if I can.
Well, the cut.
Like, natural 20.
$15.
Okay. So everyone but Ender and Auri are managed to scramble away and catch and hold their breath as this cloud of noxious spores explodes from this corpse. And you each take 11 poison damage. Or actually, no. Excuse me. Auri takes 12 poison damage. And Ender takes 13 poison damage as these horrible spores fill your lungs and you begin to cough. And you are currently poisoned.
Is the cloud still there?
The spores are a miasma right now. They're filling the air around your friends, around you, as you all kind of sort of try to waft away and get away.
Oh, cast a spell.
You gonna cast a spell?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast just one. Both through if any of the spores that go through the rock and put a wave.
Ooh boy, our voice connection is really weak. Let me see if I can fix that.
Did you need me to repeat?
There we go. Sorry. Yeah, go right ahead.
I'm gonna cast Gust of Wind to blow all the spores and the cloud away from us. And I'm gonna watch to see if it goes through any of the cracks in the rock, like there's openings or such that could be made.
Sure. As you cast this gust of wind, there's the spores, this yellowish brownish spore cloud, just blasts and undulates out in all directions against the wall, against the ceiling of the cavern tunnel, and against the rocks. You can make a perception check if you like.
Okay, because I can control the direction of it.
Okay. So Ender and Auri are continuing to cough. Auri, you're taking another. After about a minute, you take another. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I did that. Did not mean to do that. Whoops. All right. Both Ender and Auri both take 9 more poison damage.
Okay, I'm gonna drop out of my direwolf form back into regular, and I'm gonna touch him and cast Lesser Restoration on him.
Okay. As you drop out of your wolf form, still hacking and coughing, and you just watch as Ender, you watch as Auri's wolven form, it just evaporates, and suddenly standing before you is her elven form, and she reaches out to you, and you just feel this wave of warmth and energy just pass over you, a feeling of green of the forest.
Joy.
And
I'm gonna
you
show
can
her how to cast this for a second.
go for it. Don't worry, I won't drop more damage on you while we're waiting to figure out that. Okay, so Gunthral, as you're looking around the rocks, you can see that giving it a good once over, casting your spell, watching the spores cast out, blanket. They just sort of fall and blanket after a few minutes. They just sort of blanket the rocks, this rock fall. But you don't see any sort of draft of air. They didn't seem to go anywhere other than laying directly onto the surface on the ground, the walls, sticking to the rocks.
Okay, the spell only lasts 1 minute, so.
Okay. And Auri, I'm going to say that you have successfully removed that effect from Ender.
Okay.
Would you also like to remove the poison effect from yourself?
Yeah, I'll do mine after his is done. Then I'll do mine.
Okay.
I was over there trying to drop that ability on myself, and I was like, it's not working. Weird. And then I realized, oh, it's just remove poison.
Yeah.
Duh.
Okay.
Okay.
No other sounds within the tunnel, but the sounds of your own voices, the echoing of drips off in the distance from somewhere, dripping from the stalactites onto the ground of the cavern floor.
I want to look down at Ari and say, thank you, wolf girl.
You're welcome.
Well, does anyone know another way?
Hey, does that damage stay on the wolf form, or does it stay on Ari? Does all damage fall off her? I don't know how that works.
It says it in your description for Wild Shape, Auri, and whether or not that damage
Yeah,
stays in.
it says that once, like, you can go through the whole health pool on the wolf, and if you hit the wolf and it killed the wolf and it went in, then it would go into me if it were like an overkill kind of thing. But it's not supposed to go from the wolf to me. But I think if I
Okay.
got poisoned and then I don't know.
I would say that you would still have 9 damage on you as you transformed from your wolf to your back to your elven form.
Okay. And I'm gonna also heal Ender.
Okay. And you watch again as Aura reaches out and places her hand on you, and another wave of this sense of just relief washes over you, and you can feel yourself almost like physically knitting yourself back together.
I know it's not much, but that stuff really wasn't good for you.
While all this is happening, Lathana wants to just look around. Does she see any footprints or she does have an ability of favorite enemy of constructs and beasts. So she has, I don't know, advantage on tracking those. Does she see anything that looks like something's been through here recently?
Make a survival check.
All right. That's a 17.
Okay. Looking around the ground, giving it a cursory glance, and then at first when you walked into the tunnel, continue on to the end, you didn't notice any tracks other than like what appeared to be rodents and possibly tracks from that creature that you encountered in the sand pit. In fact, this particular branch of the tunnel looks like it's not used very often. At least that's what you can gather from studying it for a while. It appears as though there's a fine layer of dust on the ground, and the only tracks that you can see appear to be that of yourself and your companions.
I relay this to the group. Guys, I don't think anyone's come through here very much. We might want to see if there's another entrance, and she starts moving back the way we came. Anyone else seen anything?
Well, I heard about this in books. There could be a secret door somewhere along the path. I don't know how to find it, but maybe look for another entrance. Secret entrance.
So you're all sort of retracing your steps back to the sandpit?
Yes, but this time really looking closely to see if I see a secret entrance. Secret door.
Okay. You can make a perception check. Or if you're looking at something specific, you can roll an investigation check if you're looking at a specific part of the wall or something within the chamber, within the tunnel.
I'll say that I'm looking with him, so is that...
That would give him advantage on his perception.
I'm not very perceptive.
And you're all feeling a little bit better after the healing from Auri for Ender and healing from Gunthral, as he's been casting healing magic on you all. Slowly making his way around you, touching your shoulders and casting this healing magic on you.
I'm gonna stare at him in awe when he does that and just say, "So this is the power of the new gods. I've never seen it before."
Yeah, something I gotten a while ago. It's the Emerald Serpent.
The Emerald Serpent. Interesting.
It's actually one of the older gods.
Well, none of those gods are as old as the mother.
Yes.
Okay. So are you all pressing forward back to retracing your steps, or after Eli, after you give your glance around, you really don't see a whole lot other than what appears to be like possible scraping or gouge marks in the sides of these natural cavern tunnel walls.
I'm gonna follow behind him and I'm gonna run my hand against the wall just to see if I feel anything.
You feel rocks.
Just rocks here, guys. Nothing on this side.
I'm looking for tracks and any other signs of beast or constructs or humanoids, anything.
Okay. As you continue to walk along the tunnel, retracing your steps, you don't really see anything other than what you've already surmised, that smaller vermin have come through this area. Ender, are you staying behind while the group presses forward?
No, I'm following.
Counting her as coin. I'll help him along if necessary.
It's fun watching your guys' tokens zip around the map.
Do you guys think that the secret entrance could have been over there by the dead guy?
I think it may be in that little sand pit area. It's like a hard to find or track people on the sand, I think.
Luthana, as you make your way back to the sand pit, you just giving it a glance around, you don't see that anything has changed.
Hey, Gunther, come in so we can get a better look at the chamber. And she's keeping her eyes peeled for any other tracks, any doors, any.
Okay. You can continue to make checks if you like. Like if you wanted to make another check as you headed back into the sand pit.
Would this be survivable?
Sure, if you're continuing to track, you can do a survival check.
20.
Okay. Not a lot. It's difficult. Even with your keen eyes, it's very difficult to make out much in this sand. The sand really makes it difficult to track things. You can see areas of the sand where your companions disturbed the sand while you were facing off against this strange creature. You can see the areas where the creature appeared to be tunneling or burrowing through the sand.
Do you guys think there could be tunnels underneath here? I mean, that monster did kind of come up from below, didn't he?
Not any that we can travel through.
If I was a cultist, where would I go?
Are we sure this cave even has cultists?
Are you trying to say we're in the wrong cave, or that we've been misdirected?
I'll look in this area.
Okay. You can make an investigation check if you like.
Yeah, 13.
Okay. You find some moldy grain, broken wine bottles, and what appears to be a cast-off wooden leg.
Does Does the green look edible?
It looks like it could possibly have been here for a little while. With the amount of mold which is within the sacks and the smell that's emanating off of it, you gather that this potentially, some of these bags look like they've been here for possibly weeks. Some of them longer.
Is there anything along this wall that I'm standing by? Anything different about it?
Same rock wall as before. Same type of rock. Doesn't look any different from the tunnels that you've seen so far since you've been in here. The rough-hewn natural cave system. But you do see like gouge marks here and there, like possibly from a weapon or something.
Well,
and Ender is currently trudging through the stand, knee deep, just and then clambers up to the other side of the chamber.
Oh, wait,
I'm going to announce before making my way all the way over there. I'm going to announce to the team that perhaps we should just wait until they come home.
It doesn't look like anybody's been home in quite some time.
I agree. No footprints, nothing. But I could have been wrong. Maybe there is a door, but there's just no one there. We didn't really check the debris by the corpse.
No wind was going through, so there's no like openings. I'm gonna move this barrel over.
Ori, could you turn into any animal that is immune to poison and go search? Like maybe a snake?
Yeah, about that. So I can only really change once I've rested. I can only do it twice. And I've done it twice now. So if everybody wants to hang out for a little bit, then I could do it again. But I don't know if I could change anything. Let me I need to think about it.
So to answer your question, Gunthral, as you move this large barrel out of the way, this cask, you can see that there are little crustaceans that suddenly pour out from the wall, and what appears to be a natural fissure. And as you look, you can see that the fissure tapers up and then seals itself as it runs up the side of the wall. The fissure itself, though, is only a few inches wide. And it was almost as if they were hiding behind this barrel.
Anything in the barrel?
Yeah, actually, some really funky smelling substance.
Man, nothing
Sort of
edible
like
in this place. Oh,
Sort of like a foul, almost like a sludge. And it turns your stomach as you continue to breathe it in. Eli is apparently leaving the party.
I'm trying to see if this will work.
Okay.
Hey, Eli, what you doing? And she kind of follows him.
I'm
Eli?
going
Don't
to
leave me alone.
cast-
Hour you watch as Lithana and Eli rush down the tunnel.
I go charging after them. Hey guys, wait, don't leave me alone, please.
Do you yell that out, Auri?
Yes.
Okay. Ender, make a perception check.
Oh, I definitely cannot right now. I'm currently reloading Fantasy Grounds because as I was digging around in your files, I
Did you brick your character sheet?
bricked it. Yeah, I'm connecting again.
Would you like me to roll a perception check for you?
I would love for you to do that. Yes.
Okay, or how about this? I'm going to go by your passive perception.
Okay.
Since that is more akin to what is, you know, something like noticing things around you where you're not actively asking to do so. Okay.
It's actually why I went and stood up there at the entry, because I was just guarding while we're in that main room.
Hmm. Okay. Don't notice anything. You can hear the drips of water. What you've been akin to noticing.
I'm gonna move stuff around over here. I'll go over to this pile of junk and start looking around, and take out a ration and start eating.
All right. What are the rest of you doing?
I am on guard.
You are on guard?
I was on guard before. Just FYI. That's why I stood. Also, can you reshare the map with me? Pretty please.
Sure.
I'm back in.
I can do that. Hold on one moment.
Hey, Eli, do you have an idea what to do?
Yes, but as I continued reading, it wouldn't work. I'm out of ideas now.
Okay, well, we probably shouldn't keep the party too far apart in case something happens.
Alright, we can head back to the main chamber. It was worth a look.
Oh gosh, you guys went way up there. You left the whole room.
Let's see.
And she will say this loud enough for everyone to hear.
So, as you are heading back to the chamber, and you're looking down the tunnel, or are you looking back at your friends? What are you doing?
I am standing, so I guess my field of vision would be both. I'm looking.
Well, you can't.
I'm
You
pointing
can't.
toward.
You can't look behind yourself and look in front of you. So
Well,
you kind of have to make a decision.
I suppose I'm still on guard. Since my party they're busy exploring. I'm definitely looking at our rear.
Okay.
That means I am looking down the tunnel.
So
occasionally looking at the chamber behind me.
So Ender, as you look around, you suddenly see a glint, a flash of metal, and you suddenly see this flash of metal as it is flying at you. From around the corner, something has just appeared and hurls something at you. Some sort of metallic weapon, and it thing into the ground right next to you. This massive, what looks like a trident. And I need you all to roll initiative.
Hey, Ender, do you see anything?
Yeah, I'm going to announce to my team. I mean, they know I'm here. I'm not going to be quiet about it.
I'll tell you what you see, Ender. I will share it with you. You see some sort of strange, scaled creature that is slithering along the ground. And it looks like this. Hopefully it's shared for you.
My fantasy ground is running really, really, really poorly right now. I'm not sure what the issue. Technically, the map still hasn't even loaded in.
Oh.
And I keep getting a not responding from it. I just rebooted it, too.
All right.
Good. So I can't see that Naga, but I was told that it's a Naga by Ani.
All right, so Lithana, it is your turn. You just heard from your position down in the sand. You heard a yelping noise. You heard this. You heard the sound of something impacting the ground. You heard a bit of a yelp or a yell, a cry out by Ender as he realized that something has just been hurled at him.
I'm going to.
Oh, and this thing. I apologize. This thing that just tried to attack you, Ender. Suddenly, you just see it starting to slither towards you.
Oh no. Well, I want to roll my. If you can roll my.
Your initiative.
Yes, that. If you can roll that for me while I fix my computer, I think I'm gonna restart. I think that might help.
Okay, I will roll your initiative for you, sir. Let's see how it rolls for you. Since I kind of jumped the gun, I didn't realize that you couldn't roll initiative until all of a sudden everything just kind of went crazy.
I've been kind of actually dealing with this for a while.
Oh,
trying to fix it. I figured it was going to load in eventually, but it's been sitting there loading that map this whole time. And then you threw that Nagashi, and it started giving me a note like non-responsive. So.
Okay. Well, you rolled an 11 for initiative for this round. I should mention if I haven't already done so, the way that I handle initiative is that each round, everyone, including the NPCs, the monsters, rerolls their initiative. So if that's been confusing to you guys, our newcomers, Adam and Anna, it's a variant rule for initiative that I use. It just makes things more interesting than, oh, it's my turn again at this exact moment. That's not how combat really works in real life. So I figured I would make things spice things up a bit. So Lithana, with that being said, it is your turn.
All right, I'm going to make my. Let's see.
I should mention the entire chamber is currently brightly lit by Gunthral's spell.
I'm gonna move to this debris right here. And can I see anything ahead?
You can see very dimly lit beyond Ender. You can see some sort of scaly creature, a large creature.
Technically, this is a 15-foot cliff, right?
It is a 15-foot cliff, so you can just barely see the top of its head. So if you try to attack it, it will get 3/4 cover.
I believe I don't. With my ability, I can ignore 3/4. Sharpshooter. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna try to shoot it with my.
Okay. I'm going to share this marrow image with everyone so they can see what they're currently facing. Ender, did that share for you?
It did.
Okay, excellent.
I mean, it's still loading. There it is for the first time since... Ooh, Murrow, huh? That looks pretty badass.
Okay, so back to what you were saying there. I apologize, Lithana.
Okay. I'm going to use my Dread Ambusher and my Sharpshooter ability. I can see very well this marrow, even though it's covered and makes.
Okay, so how does Dread Ambusher work? Read that out to me.
Let me see. At the start of your first turn, your walking speed increases by 10 feet. If you take an action, you can take one additional weapon attack. If the attack hits, it deals an extra 1d8 damage.
Okay,
So
you're-
I
if
have
you're-
3 attacks. I have 1 attack, an extra attack, and then try to ambush her.
Okay, go for it.
Alright.
It's pretty neat.
First attack is a hit as you pull an arrow out, knock it, and send it flying, and just arcs just past Ender's ear. Ender, you feel a bit of a wind as the arrow flies past you and impacts into the creature's face, right in the side of its cheek.
Alright, so it also gets an extra 8 damage.
So 3 more damage on top of that.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
And then she'll make her. Sorry, roll twice. Her 2 up.
Okay. As you hit again, knocking another arrow, striking the creature. More arrows flying through the air. You can, Ender, you're just feeling the wind from these arrows wave past you as they arc up and over and into this creature.
And I'm going to fade into the dark.
Okay, there
And
is
that's the end of my turn.
there is no dark.
But technically, with the radius, maybe? No?
This entire chamber is filled with light.
Okay, never mind. I'm gonna like squat and try to hide in like a sack.
You can still attempt to like hide, but that requires your full action.
Okay.
Any character could try to hide. Alright, so Ender, this creature with arrows sticking out of it comes up towards you, reaches out, grabs its harpoon out of the ground, and first it just lunges forward and it attempts to bite at you. You just see this scaly creature, this disgusting looking mouth. Whoa, what was that? All of a sudden Ender just enlarged. Haven't done that in a while.
Big boy.
I got mad.
Ender got angry. Okay.
Him grabbing that harpoon wouldn't have invoked an attack of opportunity, would it?
Oh no, this is part of his action. He's grabbing it, he's biting at you, and then he is going to try to hit you again. So first he tries to bite you. You just watch as its large toothy maw gnashes at you, and it reaches forward and takes a chunk out of your neck. And it just goes, and then it pulls back with both arms with its harpoon and attempts to gouge you center mass with this harpoon, and just kind of, but the shock of being bitten by this creature forces you to sort of shift your body weight, shift your body a bit, and the harpoon just scrapes off of your splint armor. You can hear this audible sound as it scrapes. The creature is now staring at you with its beady, sort of light, iridescent blue eyes, and its iridescent blue scales all without it. And it has this horrible stench of just the brackish water from the river. And I should also mention, it is dripping water at this time. So it appears to have been dripping water as it's been rushing towards you and slithering down this area. And
Yuck.
yeah.
He just got to first base with this Murrow guy.
And Eli, it's your turn. You just watched Lithana drop down into the pit, climb up on some of the detritus and garbage, and start just firing arrows like crazy. And you could hear Ender now crying out in pain.
Ugh. I'm gonna pull out my soul sled from my pocket
Okay.
and get on top of that. And now in my turn, since my soul sled was back. Do that.
Okay. Aura, you just watch as all of a sudden, out of nowhere, what you saw once before, in your doggy form, this strange crystalline, flats on top, jagged on the bottom, device just emerges and bamfs into existence. And Eli hops on it and flies off into the chamber overhead. And it is your
That was
turn.
the coolest thing I have ever seen. I'm gonna move in closer.
Alright, it is a 15-foot drop to get down in there.
Okay.
Or you can take the makeshift slope of garbage and boxes and bags and things over along the wall.
Sure, I'll do that.
Okay.
I don't think I can make it all the way there, though, actually.
What's your maximum speed?
30.
Okay. I mean, you can double move if you don't want to take an action. I would also say that if you're standing on that slope, you can totally see Ender's attacker.
Oh, from up where I am?
Yeah, you can see Ender's attacker from that slope, no problem. I mean, you could technically see him from where you're at anyway if you don't move.
Okay, I am gonna move over to the top of the slope, though.
Okay.
And that's all I got.
Okay.
Well, you can dash if you want to. Yeah, that would be 60.
All right. So you moved on to the top of the slope. Would you like to do anything else?
No, I really can't. That was more than my movement speed.
Okay. Well, in that case, Ender, it is your turn. You currently have a fish man in your face.
Alright, I'm going to attack the guy.
You go for it.
I didn't remember my macro. Alright. My first attack missed. I'll hit him again.
Okay. As you take your katana blade out and strike down onto the creature, it just sort of scrapes across its natural, tough, scaly armor. You could just hear the sound as your longsword, the edge of your blade, just sort of shaves off some scales. But the creature just seems to grin, sort of like this horrible, rakish grin, toothy maw on your face. And then, slicing again, you manage to hit the creature, and its grin, it sort of dissipates, as this time you've actually sliced into its body, which was already bleeding from the face in areas where it had been, and other areas of its body where it had been punctured.
Alright, now I land that second attack, and I'm gonna stand here. End of my turn.
Okay. And then in that case, Gunthral, it is your turn. You've been hearing the sounds of weapons clashing, the sound of Ender's sword and him yelling. You heard the sounds of a bow being fired, echoing throughout this chamber.
If I do a charge, does that include like a double move? Or is that only within that 30 foot?
How does that work?
I don't know, that's
It's a good question.
There is also a 15-foot rise here.
Yeah, there is a
Oh, no.
there is a 15-foot rise.
I'm not worried about that.
He's not worried about that though, Ender.
He's gonna go right through it.
So it'd be and then do at least 10 feet move or charge.
So what's your? I should ask you. What is your movement? Your maximum movement without dashing?
30.
30. Okay.
I didn't know if you could do like a dash and
No.
like, bum rush somebody.
Unfortunately, no. Because dashing for anyone that's not like a creature that can do dash as a bonus action takes up your action.
I'll move 30 feet to that location.
Okay. So there is a sound of sand falling away, and Gunthral suddenly leaps into the air over the wall and lands on the edge. Like almost effortlessly. I can't speak. Leslie. It just leaps into the air, and Lithana, Eli, Aura, you just see Gunthral just sort of rushes through the air towards the ledge.
And I shall cast Toll of the Dead.
Okay. There is a discordant bell now. The sound of booming bell within the chamber seems to come from all around, and the creature fails. And Ender, you just watch as the creature reaches up and grabs its head with one hand, still holding onto its harpoon, and it's...
And I'll end my turn.
Okay. In that case, Auri, it is your turn.
Alright. I'm gonna move a little closer, I suppose. Perfect.
Okay. You're gonna use your full action.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Auri, you go rushing down the slope of detritus and garbage and broken things, and you go just sort of trudging through the soft sand, which your legs sink to about calf height in.
That's my turn.
Okay. Ender, this creature, this marrow, it looks really, really hurt. It looks like it's on death's door. And it now, with one clawed hand, attempts to scratch across your chest. And there's this horrible rending noise as its claws attempt to sink into your skin and scratch across the splint armor. And then howls in frustration and pulls its harpoon back and again attempts to stab you with it. And you just watch as its thick, powerful arm, it pulls its arm back and manages to stab you center mass, just managing to get between the separation plates of the splint armor. And as it does, you just feel this horrible rending sensation as if the blade pierces your body, and you just sort of like, oof, and it almost knocks the wind out of you. And it is your turn, Ender. The creature is now grinning, this horrible, rakish grin in your face. And
I'm going to use my fighting spirit.
Okay.
And basically that just gives me for my bonus action, I just get advantage on my attack, and I'll gain some temporary hit points, which I need.
All right. How many temporary hit points do you get?
5. I do believe. Hold on, let me look.
All right. Well, cool. So
yeah.
I'll go ahead and throw that out on your sheet for you.
Cool.
And you just feel this. Suddenly, Ender, you just feel this rush, this sensation, the adrenaline kicking in as you take this blow from this creature, and with your weapon, holding your weapon out in front of you, get ready to take a slice. You can do so with advantage with your ability. And a mighty slash across the creature's chest. And there's just an explosion of matter and gore as you bisect the creature at an angle and the body slithers and bounces off one side of the cavern tunnel wall, and the rest of the body falls, and it's now twitching, and its fishy tail is sort of undulating, where like the nerve endings are still firing.
It's like cutting up a Neil.
Hunada! Wah!
Well, after I did the killing blow, I'm going to take out my flask of water and clean my blade, sheath it, and then turn to my team.
What happened?
You have any more of that emerald magic that from your god there, Gunthro?
Yes. Seem to be needing it a lot.
That was a good opponent.
Yes, you did. You did well. He reaches over, grabs your shoulder.
Wow.
I did all right, but
I heal you too.
Lithana, that was pretty awesome.
Thank you. Loads of practice. Loads of practice. But, wow, you took that right in the front, and, Gunny, I've never seen someone jump like that.
I'm agile and flexible. And he pats his belly. Oh, I saw you taking the fish creature on. I didn't see the little girl do anything.
But, wait. Are you talking about me?
I'm gonna loot the body.
Okay. You don't find anything of value, really. You do, however, find what looks like a little bit of bone that appears to have been carved into the image of what looks to you like a squid's head.
All right, I'm gonna immediately toss it over to our wizard. Have a look at that.
Okay. Did you look at his weapon?
I'm going to pick up his weapon and take a look at it.
It appears to be a standard harpoon.
Standard harpoon. Do you want this as well? I'm gonna toss it.
Oh no! And I try to catch it and like, oh, that's too big, and I can't, I let it go fast. But
Are you doing that as a ranged attack?
No, not as a ranged attack. Simply for amusement. I'm going to grin because I'm satisfied with that.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say you can make a. You can make one if you like.
You just one-shot Eli on accident. He's going to need some of that Emerald Dragon love too.
I want to look at the skull that he handed to me.
Okay. Appears to be made out of, just a cursory glance, it looks like it's made out of bone.
Okay.
And it's very smooth in places, like it's been carved and then polished. And it looks like a squid's head. Like a very bulbous. But it doesn't look like a squid. It almost looks like an elongated head with a squid's face. It's like some sort of strange cartouche scrawl pattern on it in places. Like a language you've never seen before. It looked like the ruins of some sort of strange language.
Some strange language. Can anybody read this language? And I'll show them where it is, and I'll pass it around.
Yep, you're right. Strange language.
Does anybody understand deep speech? Those temporary hit points are gone, correct, Ender?
I don't know how long they last. I think they're there until...
It should say in the ability. They'll tell you how long that lasts.
Actually, Jeremy, I understand deep speech.
Oh, you do?
I
Okay.
do.
It says, "All hail Nihilor."
Oh, I just remembered. I remember this language. I can read this. Oh. It says, "All hail Nimbalor."
Nihilor. I will write it in the chat.
Who's Nimbledore?
Nihilor?
Nihilor.
Dumbledore?
It is spelled Nihilor. Nihilor. Everybody say it with me? I'm just kidding. But there's all hail this guy.
And when you're like, everyone say it with me, she's like, oh, no one's following. Oh.
Can I see if this is some sort of key? Do I think that this might open some kind of door?
I mean, you can make an investigation check.
Okay.
Does anyone know this Nihilor from studies or things like that? I know nothing about religion.
16.
16? No.
Yes.
It doesn't look like it has any sort of end on it, like it could potentially be a key. This almost seems like a pendant, and you can see at the top where the tip of the head is, almost seems like it once was attached to something, like there was a fitting or setting there that you could loop something through. It's a tiny little bit of nub that still remains. Like possibly this was like worn at one point.
Is that the symbol of the shunners?
And Auri and Gunthril, you both hear the sound of splashing water echoing from somewhere beyond the tunnel you're currently standing in.
Guys, I think there might be more in the direction that thing came from. I heard something.
Are you still lit up, Gunthril?
No, we're in darkness right now.
Well, maybe there'll be more coming this way, and if there are, maybe we should hide and see exactly where they lead us.
I agree with that.
Out of character here, I really wish I didn't bring that up because I'm not a very smart character, damn it. Anyways, back into character.
All right, let's go. And she runs. Lathana runs back to her little. Or runs up on the cliff. That too.
Sorry, I was putting you there because Gunthril helped you up.
I get out the soul sled, put that away quickly, and I grab Gunthrill's arm and I lead him to a spot right over here.
Lathana runs away.
We're gonna hide right here, and I'm gonna cast invisibility on both of us.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm totally going to be relying on since my buddy's just disappeared. I'm going to follow her.
Well, as you're following her, she also disappears.
Yeah. Ender.
Okay, Ender's.
All you see is poofs of sand. You can hear footfalls, and you see poofs of sand as Lathana is gone.
All right, I am also going to disappear.
Okay.
Is that how you do it? You just announce it and it happens.
I disappear.
I disappear, he announces out loud and hides underneath a sack.
Okay.
Lathana's just watching him sing, I disappear! I disappear! As he's running past her.
Well, I see.
Where the heck did everyone go?
Sorry, I'm right here.
Oh, jeez, that's terrifying. I can't see you at all. How'd you do that?
And at this point, if you would all like to take a break, you can. Since we're at the 8:30 mark. Otherwise, we can.
And I disappear.
Otherwise,
Actually, I'll be right back.
Okay. How's everybody doing?
Good? Wow.
Good.
Sorry, Adam.
You got small, soft hands, little guy.
You got a pretty mouth, boy.
Are you touching me. You're not, strong enough for me. I would hurt you.
Is anyone still there? I just thought of something.
I'm still here.
We left a dead body there at the entrance.
Yeah, you did.
And there's a dead monster in the middle of the... kind of right by Lithon. Anyways, bye.
Yeah, y'all are just racking up dead bodies of creatures. Gunthral and Eli hear the sounds of kill. Them.
Just push me in their direction when you see him, so I can get next to him.
I will. Are we on a break or? Are we?
We are currently on a break.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was concentrating on my character sheet and then I did not hear that.
No worries.
Tap.
You can hear me tapping?
Yes. So Eli, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
You feel meaty hands, like, rub your back a little bit, grab your chest.
Because that's right. He's in darkness. Eli, you see this very large man is reaching out and feeling you. Are you there?
Well, he said he's holding on to me, so I know where he's at.
Yeah. I feel you. Do you feel me?
Big man, I don't swing that way, but...
Don't worry, I'd break you.
Dun, dun. I'll just say that for the for the purposes of everyone taking a break right now, for those of you who are here, Eli and Gunthral, you continue to hear splashing noises coming from somewhere within that moon pool area where you entered into this cave system. Like, it sounds to you like something is either treading water or slipping into or coming out of water.
Does it sound like footfall or like slithering, like this other thingy that we just...
You do hear the sounds of something. It sounds like something scraping against something. but it's very faint, very far away from where you are. I'm gonna make spooky noises. Ooh.
Gunny pulls Eli a little closer.
Just two dudes huddling against the wall. Nothing wrong with that.
Do we have enough time to run out there and like drag the body?
Would you like to break away from the wall and do that?
You'd have to guide me.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
'Cause you usually don't-
Guthrie can't see shit right now.
Cause I can't drag it myself. I wouldn't be able to move it.
Just this image of
Alright, I'm back.
Eli. Ender pops up from underneath the sacks that he was hiding under and says, "All right, guys, I'm here. What are we doing?"
I disappear.
That's funny because I was sitting there bragging about how good of an idea that was to hide, when in fact it wasn't a good idea at all because they're obviously going to know we're all still here because of the dead bodies everywhere.
Can I?
Is everyone here? Everyone back here?
Can I judge how far the sounds are from where we are?
You can make a perception check.
Because we all know that I'm great at those.
Please admit.
Oh man. Oh. I think they're pretty far away.
The echoes of the sounds of water splashing, some sort of low muttering, scraping noises, just seem to come at you from everywhere. They seem to echo out from the tunnel into the cavern, and then the sound seems to bounce off of the stalactites, come back towards you.
Yeah, I'm not moving.
You get a chill in the back of your neck.
I get a feeling move forward and backwards, and I'm like, oh, are they here? Are they here? What are we doing?
And you can just hear this, like, sort of like a very, very faint.
I'll tell you when they come.
I can light a torch.
No.
Would you like to do anything else? Is everyone back? Everyone's back, I take it?
Yeah, Ani and I are both here.
Okay.
We're just hiding. We're hiding behind all this treasure over here in this corner.
Okay.
Way far away. Well, I don't see you.
Well, obviously no one sees me because I announced that I disappeared.
Gunthral, sitting on the ground, you feel some sort of substance, lukewarm, that seems to be spreading to your left, sitting up against the wall, looking out into the darkness. You can feel something sticky spreading, and it's now currently it's spreading onto your leg. And you put your hand down to feel it, and your hand just is coated in this lukewarm substance, which is cooling really quickly. And it smells it smells very irony. And there's also a bit of a foul, brackish, like fishy smell.
Passive perception. Can I see it? Above me or
No,
around me?
nothing around you. You just heard the sound of someone slithering away from you, and that warmth of Levi's body as he started skidding along the wall away from you.
I'm grabbing his arm and pulling him with me like Wilish.
Okay. As you move away, you can feel that you're moving away from whatever that is that's on the ground that was sticking to your leg and whatever was on your hand. And Eli, as you look at Gunthral's hand, you can see it is currently dripping something dark onto the ground. Whatever it was, it's coating his hand and his arm a bit up the wrist.
I'll wipe it on his shirt.
Okay. You now smell the fishy smell, and this horrible, this irony, tangy smell as he smears it on the front of your robes.
He is beyond pissed. But technically, I wouldn't be able to see his hand because his hand is invisible. But so I just see this dripping stuff that gets.
Oh no, you have dark vision. You can see him. You see the outline of him.
No, we're both invisible though.
Oh, that's right. You guys are invisible.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
then how? Okay.
Wait, you got some visibility on me?
Yeah, you guys
did.
are both invisible.
I have.
I
That's
didn't know
why I
that.
grabbed your hand, so I know I have your hand. Because
I thought you just
otherwise
wanted
I
to
wouldn't know
hold
where.
my hand.
No, I cast an invisibility and grabbed your hand so that I could actually know where you are. Because in other words, I'd be like, where'd he go?
That's why I said you got soft, dainty hands. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that's why I grabbed your hand. But yes, we're both invisible, so I just see this this stuff floating, and then just like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna kill this guy.
I'm just putting invisibility on you
Okay.
too. There you go.
Well, since he's holding me, I know roughly where he is. I'm still gonna just rub it on him.
Okay.
So my hand's clean anyway. I'll
Your,
get my shield
your,
and my axe out.
your hands are not clean. Whatever it was is sticking to you, and your fingers are sticky.
I think I'll my axe and shield.
Okay. It's now transferring from your hands, which are still filthy and dripping from this, and is now getting onto your items.
You know, if this thing keeps getting sticky, I'm just gonna light up a torch.
Okay.
This is the most annoying thing a DM can do to someone. You're just covered in slime, and right now it's up to your elbow. Well, now it's up to your shoulder. Well, now it's covering all your things. Just like slowly, agonizingly making someone dirty.
I'm just waiting for Gunther to realize that he put his hand in a pool of blood, and he's been wiping blood all over Eli.
I'm all good with it. That's why I figured the iron was.
You guys are you guys,
Make it look like you were in a battle, you little guy.
He's finger painting right now on Eli's robe.
Technically, I haven't taken damage this whole time, so.
All right, you guys. What would you like to do? Would you like to take a short rest while you're all sitting in here?
Yes, please.
Yeah, and waiting. Well,
Okay.
Are they still coming or what?
yeah.
That's up to you. Would you like to attempt to take a short rest?
No.
Okay.
Because after a short rest, we lose my invisibility.
I'm gonna walk towards the opening, or where I think the opening is.
Okay.
I'm bringing Eli with me. I'm
Okay.
still holding his hand.
I was just say I tried to tug him back, but then I realized, yeah, I'm not gonna win the
Eli,
tug of war.
you are currently being tugged away from the wall.
You just see two lines behind, him dragging his feet.
Guthrow, you bounce off of the cavern wall as you stumble forth and trip over the body of the creature, and you land face first into a pool of blood, and you are now blood is covering your helmet and your face.
Well, if I can feel the body, I'm gonna stop and then.
Oh,
go
okay.
down the-
Sure. Yeah, you feel it with your foot as you walk up, so you're able to very easily push it out of the way.
Testing.
I'll keep
Testing.
walking until I hit the wall.
Okay. Yep, you hit the wall. It's right there. You bounce off of it. Does Eli willingly go with you?
No. But,
Okay.
Well, he'll drag his feet for the first part, and then he'll go with them because.
Okay, you drag your feet, and you can hear the sound of something being moved across the floor, and you can see this mound with your dark vision. You can see this mound of the two halves of this body. Gunthro is very sheepishly kicking the body parts this way and that way, and you trudge through this slick bit of pool of blood where the body was laying. It's now drying onto the cavern floor. And in the distance, you both hear now more splashing and more muttering.
So, as all this is happening, Lafana has no idea the blood and whatever's going on.
You just see in the distance, you just see a strange mass of gray, which represents the finger painting that Gunthro put on the front of Eli's robe, and you just see that moving through the space.
She just was what in the nine hells? And as she's doing this, she's eating a fantasy power taco.
Okay.
I'm going to whisper into my ring and ask for an update. Update. First I'm going to think about my party, and then I'm going to ask my ring for an update.
And these little shocks like, oh yeah, we got these little things. Oh, I forgot all about it.
I'm eating a power taco.
I'm gonna try to pull him this way.
As you do, Gunthro, you hear another slithering sound closer now, echoing through the tunnel. Something is coming.
I hold on to Eli a little stronger, like, oh, stand fast. Stand faster.
Eli, make a perception check.
$11.
Okay. Eli, peering around Gunthral, you see suddenly emerging another one of those scaly fishmen. And he emerges from around the corner and just sort of stares down, sniffing the air as he does. He's holding his harpoon in one hand and sort of bracing himself as he slithers.
I'll stand there as quietly as possible.
And he is going to continue to move towards you, towards and past you. He's moving towards the body parts. And he gets down on the ground, and you just hear this sound of sort of like discordant, like sort of a trilling that's like coming from the creature as it reaches down and like touches the body parts and gathers them together in sort of a pile, like he's trying to force them back together. And it continues to make this horrible and then it sort of looks out into the darkness around it. And then it grabs the body parts and begins moving away down the tunnel, away from you all.
Do I see the shadow pass me?
You smell something disgusting, and you feel a presence. You can feel something moving past you. And you can hear the sound of the slithering from it and the sound of dragging as those body parts that you kicked away out of the mouth of it seemed to gather them and is now currently dragging them. And is now disappearing around the corner. Eli, you watch as it drags it and disappears around the corner.
It's kind of terrifying if you couldn't see it.
I lift up Eli to my face, off the ground. I whisper at him, I'm like, follow it, lead me.
Alright, I'll grab him and I start leading us back this way.
Okay.
Following behind.
We're following this thing. It's a slithering thing. Don't know what it is, but slip.
All right. So I need you both to make stealth checks.
Do we have advantage because we're invisible?
Hell no. I'm just kidding. You guys can have advantage.
Okay.
I'm on my way.
So
I got a 10.
14.
all right. Let's see if this thing notices you. Okay. So suddenly there, Gunthrow, there is a sound of thudding, wet smacking, and you hear this sound of like, and the sound of a weapon being thunked into the cavern floor.
Does he speak deep speech?
It does not.
Ah, dang.
Then I'll
Does
stop.
he speak Elven?
You're not sure what it speaks.
Then I'll stop.
Okay.
And I'll hold Eli with me.
Lithana, you're rushing forward, climbing up the embankment.
I'm going to reach to my ring again, and I'm going to say again, "What's the update?"
Who are you saying that to?
I'm going to be thinking about my party.
Okay. Let's see. Eli. Disadvantage. Eli, you hear the sound of like a grunt and a harpoon comes flying at you. Let's see. Let's see if he can hit you with it, first of all. He's rolling at disadvantage. He's throwing in the direction in which he thinks that you are, for the sound of the ring. And he hits you.
Immediately.
You take 10 damage, and your invisibility immediately drops on both of you. You have this harpoon sticking out of your midsection as you're pulling it out of yourself.
Hey, what happened? Does he see us?
I'm not here. We're not here. Wave my arms around.
And then he disappears.
And then he
I disappear.
And then he slithers towards you. Roll for initiative.
I don't mean to be the bringer of bad news, guys, but I got no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
Guess what? Neither do I.
Ender and Auri are just hanging out back there.
So, Lithana heard. Yeah, so Mr. Squishy and Mr. Keeler decided to go on their own little adventure and get hit by another marrow. So,
What? Are they hurt?
I'm not sure. They're right around the corner.
All right. So.
Okay.
Coming.
All right. So now the now fully appeared wizard is now. You have a look of shock in your face as this creature sort of slithers right straight towards you and reaches out, grabs the harpoon, pulls it out of you, and then now attempts to bite you.
Hey, is it close by?
Just hear this loud.
You just hear the sound of and a sound of teeth gnashing and this sort of wet, sickening,
I'm gonna cast
thunking
shield.
sound. Okay, go ahead.
Which is +5. What's mine?
It's +5. What's your AC?
Hold on. What's
Let's
my-
see.
I put
Your
mage
AC.
armor
Okay,
one.
so that would be 19. Did you have
22.
Mage, you had
My
mage.
AC is 22 now.
You had mage armor on you.
Yeah, remember I cast that this morning before we got in the
Okay.
the crab.
So with mage armor and your shield, It's
Yeah, it'd be
22. He hits you.
Dang.
He rolled a 22.
Dang.
So you just feel the piercing sensation of its multiple pointy, sharp teeth and this foul smell of its breath as it takes a bite out of the side of your shoulder.
You scream or anything?
Oh yeah. You know it's right here.
It then pulls back with its harpoon and attempts to gouge you in the stomach again. Hitting you.
Shield's still active. Is it?
It rolled a 25.
Oh.
You just, Gunther, you just hear the sound of wet smacking and Eli going, "Oh!" as he is getting pierced and bitten over and over again, and he slumps to the ground.
I'm so sorry, Eli.
On Eli's turn,
I'm so sorry.
let's say that he...
Oh my god, he's dying! What did I do?
Well, you don't know that, really.
The marrow steps over Eli's body towards Gunthral. And
I felt
Eli,
him go lax. I felt his hand go lax.
you're holding his hand and his body's laying on the ground in front of you. And you just feel a presence, and in the dark you just see a face emerge. Just, it's barely visible. You can see eyes glinting. And Eli, I need you to make a death save.
Whoops. I rolled 2, but...
Okay.
But both of them were... I knocked them out. There we go.
Alright.
So a 13.
So that is one success. You are currently unconscious, bleeding out on the ground. And Gunthral, it is your turn. You see this creature emerge. It's horrible smell coming off of its body. And you can just see the teeth glinting in the darkness. You can just barely make out its form in front of you.
Alright, I'm gonna... I'm gonna cast spell Hand of Radiant.
Okay. Okay. Eli succeeds. The creature fails.
Excellent. And then I'll take 2d6 Radiant.
Alright.
Woo!
Oh shit. Well, Eli unfortunately still took damage from your holy fire. I don't know if that just automatically hits because he can't really save while he's unconscious.
It's a fail.
Yeah, so he
Automatic
just that's another death. That's a death fail.
And then I'll...
So this is sort of a burst of energy. Does that light continue on, or does it immediately go away?
just a flash.
Okay, in the flash, you see this creature kind of pull its arm up and sort of like with its harpoon in one hand.
And I'm gonna throw Eli's body behind him.
Okay.
It takes an attack of opportunity.
I would say that it would take your action to pull him, and you've already used your action, haven't you? Hand of Radiance is an action.
Yeah. Gun. All right then.
So I would say that part of your movement, if you want to move away from the creature, you can grab his body and pull it away from it.
Can I just drag him behind me?
To grab him and physically pull him away, that will take your action.
Okay.
But if you were attempting to flee from the creature, you could take his body with you. I would say it's very easily with your Goliath stature. It's very easily for you to reach out and grab him and pull him. I'll tell you what. Whatever, you can pull him behind you. If you want to pull his body with you behind you, you can do that. So
I just want to flick it behind.
Okay, so you just kind of fling his body behind you.
And I'm gonna stand there and end my turn.
All right. Auri, it's your turn. You heard the sound of Ender yelling into the ring, and you can now hear the sounds of battle somewhere echoing somewhere within the cave system. Your friends, your new companions, have all disappeared, except for Ender. You can just make out Lithana, who is currently up on the ledge.
I'm gonna make my way towards her, and I'm just gonna dash forward as far as I can go.
Okay. Your max is, I believe, 60, right? 30 is your
Yes.
normal? Okay. So you go trudging through the sand, calf deep in this soft, cool sand as you're rushing forward. You can now, as you get closer, you can hear the sounds of battle coming, echoing from the cave beyond. Would you like to do anything else?
I guess I'm just gonna cast Bark Skin on myself. That's the only other thing I can really do.
Okay. You can drag that effect onto yourself.
Okay, that's my turn.
That's right. I apologize, Lithana. You are completely invisible, so Auri wouldn't even see you.
She just bumps into me.
Oh no,
Like-
she's down in the sand. She's not bumping into anyone at the moment. Is that the end of your turn, Auri?
Yeah, that's the end.
Okay, Lithana, it is your turn.
All right. I'm
So
going
you
to
just saw the body of Eli Stormbringer tossed back like a rag doll across the ground. And you can see something large in front of Gunthral just beyond him, which is currently menacing him.
Oh boy. I'm gonna move to the coming up on the left of Gunny
Okay.
and very stealthily making my way, and then I'm going to use my ambush ability and attack it 3 times.
Alright, roll a stealth check for me first.
Okay.
And we'll see if it can notice you. Oh yeah, it doesn't see you.
Cool.
It has no idea you're there. Lithana, as you creep along the tunnel, coming across, pulling your weapon up, taut, that attack would be at advantage.
Oh, okay.
But unfortunately, that is that's not a ranged weapon that you're using.
Oh wait. Oh, sorry. I meant to do my longbow.
Okay. Well, now you can
It's really long.
now you can roll it at advantage. So go ahead and roll that longbow attack once more.
Yay!
That is a hit. As you knock an arrow, it flies across, thunks into the creature's hide.
Oh wow. That's how much? That's 14 damage.
Yep, I'll go ahead and add the 5 more onto it.
I gotta add that somehow to my records.
And your second attack hits as you knock another arrow, flies across, piercing into the creature's hide. And on your third attack, unfortunately, the arrow flies wide and bounces off the side of the wall. The creature turns, looking down where it's been pierced by these arrows, and sort of distracted for a split second, watches as the arrow impacts against the wall, harmlessly away from it.
And I'm going to use my extra 10 feet, move back.
Okay,
That's the end of my turn.
there we go. And Ender, it is your turn. What would you like to do? You were hearing the sounds
I'm sprinting forward
of... Okay.
just immediately. I go right into fight mode, and I'm gonna run right towards my party.
Alright, try...
I'm also going to announce in my ring what's the update again, but this time like with much more anger. What's the update?
The sound is now currently booming from everyone's rings.
End of turn.
Okay. And it is Ender's turn. You currently don't hear anything coming from your friends. You just hear the sounds of battle somewhere ahead of you.
I'm going to leap up and continue my dash.
Okay.
Unless if it takes some
Let's say that
It's
you can climb up the side of the embankment, no problem. So that took 15 of your movement.
that's where I'll be then.
All right. You find yourself emerging. The creature is just out of sight. You can just see your friends. You can see lying on the ground. The wizard is currently laying down, splayed out.
Cool. Ender's definitely not going to feel any guilt about that at all. But the player who plays Ender does feel kind of guilty. But Ender has no idea he did anything wrong. End of my turn.
And Eli, if you would be so kind as to roll a death save for me.
16.
That is another success. Gunthroll, it is your turn. Creature is still in front of you, in the dark, but you can sense its presence.
Alright. I'm going to cast Shield of Faith.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. No, I shall not.
No?
Can I see any part of this creature, a shadow or anything?
Oh, you can totally sense its presence in front of you. It's like right in your face, like right within 5 feet of you. It's like right there in your grill.
So I can see his outline.
Correct. So you can attack it with a disadvantage to represent the fact that you can't really see anything but just this mass that's undulating and moving in front of you. You saw it for a split second when your radiance burst.
I'm going to cast Toll of the Dead.
Okay, you're currently targeting yourself. I don't know if you want to cast Toll of the Dead on yourself. There's a booming, discordant sound that fills the chamber, and it sort of bounces off of the tunnel walls. And you can just hear the sound of this creature going, and it's spitting bilious blood all over your armor. You can feel this warm that begins to immediately rapidly cool liquid that spills onto your armor and onto your body.
Done.
And Lithana, it is your turn.
All right. I'm going to make my way so I can get a good view, move just a couple feet.
Okay. As you scooch over to the side there, make another stealth check. Okay. As you walk along the wall, you can feel the side of your quiver is scratching the side of the tunnel wall, making a loud noise. And the creature sort of jerks its attention and looks towards the sound.
Okay. Come on, Lithana. And I'm going to lose 2 more arrows.
Okay. Your first arrow finds its mark, piercing the creature almost center of the middle of its head. And your second arrow, once again, very quick succession, catches the creature, this time in its eye, and it lets out a loud and pitches forth and just sort of falls against you, Gunthroll, and lands on the ground. Quite
That's
dead.
right. Don't mess with me.
And as you look beyond, you can hear, Gunthroll, a sound of dragging while this was going on, you can hear a sound of dragging, and it's tapering off away. You can hear the sound is currently going away from where you are all standing right now.
I'm gonna cast a spell.
Okay, what are you going to cast?
I'll grab, I'll pick up Eli off the ground. Hold him up. Hey, wake up, dummy. Can't be laid down on a job.
Eli, your eyes snap wide awake as you look out, coughing, a bit of blood spattering out of your mouth. Ender, you come rushing down the tunnel wall.
Did you follow it?
Yeah,
Lathana,
followed it.
you can see in the dark of the tunnel, you can see that there are clear drag marks on the ground, and that body is no longer there. Something has dragged it off.
Yeah, I killed it though.
What on earth happened?
Well, another one of those marrow things came, and I think Mr. Eli here went down, but it's all right.
No, he's up. See, he's up. He's good. See, he's good.
Yeah, I saw it though, you know. Eli, really, don't go after those things by yourself.
It was his idea.
Oh, well, nice job, Gunthral.
You all hear a very loud splash and a sound of a guttural.
Hey guys, how do you cast a spell on a higher spell slot?
You do it manually.
Okay, so you just cast the spell regularly and then add an extra D8 or D6? Just manual? Alright.
Or you can actually change it on. You can go into the spyglass there, and then change what the die is, and then change it.
You continue to hear this cursing and splashing noise somewhere beyond, back at the moon pool.
Well, I can't see. You okay, Eli? Come on. You were brave there for a little bit, you know. Glad you blocked that thing so I could kill it.
Which way are we going?
It'll be all right, Eli. She takes her little tiny hand, even though she tries to act like she's big. She's only like 5 foot, and slaps it on his back. You'll be all right, Eli. Just stay towards.
Ow, ow, ow.
Where was everybody when Eli was like standing up in front of this thing and threw his body in front of it for me, and it's like a.
Well, don't go off running by yourself. You know, we didn't know you were going.
Ender said the plan was that we would follow it, sneakily, and it was leaving, so we were trying to follow it. We were sticking with it. Wasn't that right, Ender? Other than you yelling in the ring.
Yeah, he said stealthily.
Well, you weren't that stealthful, sorry.
Hey, you were the one that kicked the rocks.
The splashing sounds have now subsided and are no longer echoing. You're just hearing the distant, faint sound of dripping.
I think
Sounded
this
like a
is
few
something
others
you-
got away.
Yes. You all ready for it?
Anyone want to look over this body and see if these are the bandits or something, or
The body was dragged away.
one
I
at my
just
feet?
cast at a second level.
Okay, you can
Yeah.
roll another D8.
Yeah,
my
I did.
heal,
Okay.
My heal 2 was at plus D8. Sorry.
All right, so that could be
Take
another 4 on top of Eli, so that would be down to 6. And then yeah, that would with your D8 Gunthroll, that would be bring him back up to full.
Yeah, because I didn't have any first level spells left.
Gotcha.
I feel a lot better. Thank you.
You took it like a chimp there, local guy.
Uh, maybe we should head back. They're probably setting up an ambush. High possibility.
Would you like me to scout ahead? Or I can make us all a bit stealthier.
Oh yeah, if you're good at like that stealthy stuff, man, you should like be leading, at least do something.
I'm going to cast. Yeah, that's fine. Pass without a trace one more.
Okay, you're gonna cast Pass Without Trace on everyone.
Yes.
All right. If you look in your action for your spell,
Yes.
there should be. Let's see.
I take out a little bit of burnt leaf and mistletoe and some spruce, and I
Okay.
cast a pass without a trace and whatever incantation. And
All right. So that means that everyone will be able to add a +10 to their stealth checks for the next hour, while your concentration is up.
all right, let's move.
All right. Would you like to move stealthily there, Lithana?
Yes.
Okay. Apparently Ender's following you. Or I should say he's following in your footsteps. He doesn't see you. He just hears the very soft pad of your feet.
I'm also going to be trying my best to stealth.
Okay.
So that's a 28.
Yep, that's a 28. And Lithana, as you continue along the tunnel, you can see the drag marks, clear drag marks with blood on the ground, soaking into the soft earth of the cavern floor.
I move forward and I kind of stop in front of the mucus stuff.
Okay. That mucus, I should mention, it appears to have, most of it seems to have been evaporated or absorbed into the ground. And there's drag marks clearly through it. You can see it where this mucus has mixed with like this bilious blood.
I'm gonna come right to this corner and then peek out to see what I see.
You see the light from the ever-bright lantern illuminating. You can see the ground around the edge of the ledge leading into the moon pool is wet, and you can see these marks in the soft earth coming up towards the stairs. The stairs are coated in a trail of blood that leads up. Actually, I should say that you don't see anything. You just see the warm glow of the lantern. I apologize. It's a 10-foot long stairwell. Or actually longer than that. Several feet long.
Do I see anything now?
Nope, you don't see anything.
I'm going to speak into my ring. Hey, Ori, Gunthral, Enai, and Enda, come forward to the stair. Stealthily.
Gunthral runs back into the sandpit. He's had enough.
Enda breaks the third wall again.
Oop, I got an 18. Oh.
Plus
Are you
10.
holding my hand, Eli?
Eli looking.
28. I'll hold his hand too. So.
You hold his hand.
Yeah.
And as they're all coming up, I whisper, I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm right here. Actually, they can probably see me because of the ever bright lamp.
Yeah, at this point, they can see you as you move around the corner, they can actually see you. From the very warm light, it's no longer pitch black in the tunnel.
All right.
And there is apparently on your shoulders.
He's just chilling.
He just stands uncomfortably close to people, breathes in their hair.
I'm gonna go down the stairs and very stealthy.
Okay. Lathana, as you continue on up the stairs, you see exactly what I described to you before realizing you were at the bottom of a stairwell. And you don't hear any of the splashing that you were hearing before, no muttering. Looking around, you can see the blood trail that goes to the edge diagonally, and appears to go diagonally towards the eastern wall, and then into the water about 15 feet away from the edge of the eastern wall, into the water. And you can see, from where you're standing, you can see that it seemed to pool in places as it moved along. Like whatever was dragging it kind of slow. But there's no body parts. You don't see any body parts. You don't see anything.
Well, you can go come up to and Ari, all the group. You know, we really need a name so that, like, you know, in this chat, I don't accidentally send a message to like the whole clan. You guys can come now. There's really nothing. It's another dead end, it seems. Or from what I can see.
And you all see exactly what she saw. You can see that there clearly blood, something has been dragged. Obviously, the body of that marrow has been dragged diagonally toward that eastern wall, and then about 15 feet away, that blood trail ends and seems to go over the edge.
Can I pry this light off the wall with my axe?
Sure, you can try it. Make an attack roll. You hit the wall. There's a loud clank, sort of metal on stone, chunk. As you were aiming for that lantern, you were trying to be precise and careful, just so you get it at an angle and get it right off the end of the wall. And instead, you just carve a chunk of the wall off the side and kind of ding your blade a little bit.
I look around. Anyone looking?
I don't know. Is everyone looking?
I'm looking at you. I see you.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're all looking at you.
And everyone, let's roll d20s for judgment. Oh my god.
I feel bad. I'll walk away from it.
Okay.
I critical
I'll get some
failed
food out
my
and start
judgment.
eating it.
So what's the scale on this judgment? 20 is what? 1 is what?
That's
Apparently, I judge you the most.
I sympathized with him instead of made fun of him, which is, I guess you could say, a critical failure for an orc.
Gunthrow,
No.
as you approach the water's edge, you can see that there is, in the water, you can see the red mass of this blood that is spreading out, and it seems to sort of head off towards the wall, down into the water. Like this mass. It doesn't spread out and away from the wall and move anywhere else. It seems to be emanating, heading towards that wall. This cloud that's emanating away from the wall in the water.
Oh, do we still see a Qualish?
The Qualish is actually outside. You were unable to bring it with you.
we did go through some kind of a port.
Yeah, you went through a very narrow portal to get into the tunnels that led to this moon pool area.
Hey, Jeremy.
Yes, sir.
I want to walk up to that Everbright torch that I saw Gunthro try so hard to get, and I'm going to cast Knock on it.
Okay. An ever bright lantern very easily comes off of the wall, and I will put it in your inventory.
I walk over to Gunthro and I say, "Here," and I hand it to him.
No, I don't need it.
Thanks for saving me. From
As he's eating a ration, I don't need it. No, not really.
Look, man, I thank you for healing me, and here it's yours.
Alright. I take it. Yeah, well, it's not like I really needed it though. It's didn't really need your help with it, but thanks.
He accidentally takes a bite out of the lantern.
So that blood is dragged into the water at like the southeast part of it, like right.
Do you go up to the water's edge to look?
Whenever you say, I meant to just that was nearly a pointer.
Are you moving stealthily to the water's edge?
No. I didn't mean to make that.
Okay.
I just was I was pointing at it. Sorry.
Oh, so you're not walking to the water's edge.
Whereabout is that? Okay, so the blood just went directly south into the water.
So to get away from the bit of metagaming, Gunthro saw the blood, and he does not mention it to anyone yet.
I see. Okay. Sorry.
So if you would like to move into the room to see if you also saw it, you can.
I just misunderstood.
No worries. You clearly see the drag marks of the blood leading towards the edge of the ledge, about 15 feet away from that eastern wall where your token is currently. So I would say that the blood trail ends where I just put your token.
I see.
And then if you decided to go there, you would also see what Gunthro saw.
I see. Yeah, I'd walk up there.
Okay.
I just was trying to get an idea of where exactly the trail led.
Gotcha. Okay, so Eli, as you begin to walk up to Ender, you hear a sound of like a and a harpoon pierces through his armor, comes out the back of his chest. The end of it splits, turning into a claw, and you watch him get yanked into the water.
Ah!
GG, boys.
And Ender, you take... Let's see... 13 damage from that. Oh, crap. Actually, no. You take 26 damage from that.
Okay. So that's
as you
negative
are...
5, so 21.
Oh, excuse me. I just put that on the wrong person. So 21 damage.
Plus 34. Okay.
And you are yanked into the briny water.
Holy crap, what was that?
My point in the direction that Ender was.
And Lathana just instinctively shoots an arrow at it, but she had no idea where it was.
And Eli, as you rush up to the edge of the ledge, you can see that there was a masses of sea kelp and seaweed that were masking what appears to be some sort of entrance in the water below the surface. And you can just make out your friend, who seems to have been pulled somewhat into this opening.
The door's right here. The door's over here, guys.
And I need everyone to roll initiative.
It's a 15.
You guys got this. I have them right where I want them. I mean, third choice of where I would want them, but I mean it's.
And let's see, Lithana, it's your turn. You wanted to run up to the edge there.
Yeah, I'm gonna run.
As you run up, you see that Ender is gone. He has been pulled away somewhere. You just see Eli looking towards the direction of into the water, and as you peer over the ledge, you can just make out what appears to be a mass of an orc who's under the surface, and just underneath the surface, through this opening, through this cascade of kelp that was torn asunder as his body rushed under the water through into the tunnel.
Can I see whether... Can I see anything other than Ender in the water?
Make a perception check.
Okay. That's a 12.
Unfortunately, you don't see anything. All you see is the mass of what you assume is Ender.
Okay. I'm gonna get out my bow. Notch it. Aim it right at that. As soon as I see anything, I'm going to shoot it. I'm gonna hold. That's the end of my turn.
Okay. You can hold your action, absolutely. On Ender, it's actually not your turn.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, as you are pulled forth, Ender, suddenly this scaly, fishy face is in your face. And as you are drawn toward it with its harpoon, which retracted, pulling you into the water, he then slashes or attempts to slash at you with his claw. He just manages to miss you. You just from struggling and trying to pull the harpoon out of your body, you are just jerking your legs and your arms this way and that way. And then the creature is now going to attempt to rear back and plunge its harpoon into you once again. And you just watch as it rears back and then thrusts forward with the... Actually, that should be a disadvantage. I apologize. Oh, he still hits you. Okay. And suddenly the harpoon thrusts forth and stabs you in your middle of your chest, and blood explodes. And the rest of you looking into the water, you just see a cloud of blood. Boop.
Well, I am half orc after all, so my health is reduced to 1 instead.
Okay. You can adjust that, which is really good for you, because if you are unconscious underwater, you are drowning.
That is good.
Okay. He is going to spend the rest of his... He's going to reach out and grab your arm like he's trying to pull you further down this tunnel. And Ender, it is your turn. You're not unconscious. Let me fix that for you.
Alright, I'm going to...
What would you like to do?
I'm going to attack. How many action searches do I have? 1 second. Alright, I only have 1 action search. I'm just going to attack him.
Okay. You are attacking.
And this first one
at disadvantage.
I'm going to use my fighting spirit and I guess gain advantage.
Okay, so then you would be
attacking regular attack.
Regular attack.
Okay, and I'm going to gain 5 temporary hit points.
All right. I'll go ahead and adjust that for you. There you go.
I got it. Now I'm going to attack.
That is a hit. As you thrust your longsword forth, your katana, and connect with the creature, you can just see a bit of its bilious, black, brackish blood is emerging from it. And you slash again, in nearly the same area, more of its scales are coming off in the water and creating more cloud, and the water is getting much more murky and more cloudy now. Would you like to do anything else?
No.
Okay.
I'm just gonna grin at him.
In that
Okay,
case,
so
yes, Lithana.
as this is happening, can I see the marrow now and see the thrashing around?
You see a cloud of blood. You can't see anything right now.
Ah, boy. Okay.
So you can still attempt to attack it, but it would be a disadvantage.
I'm going to try. Gonna make my 3 attacks. See how it would.
Make a perception check.
Okay.
Let's just see if you actually hit Ender.
All you see is just blood down there.
Oh boy.
I
Oh, sorry. That was a disadvantaged perception, but
Okay. What was the other one? You
It
dropped.
wasn't an
You dropped.
attack.
You dropped to 6. You dropped to 16. Okay. You can see the marrow. You can clearly see its mass, much bigger than him.
alright.
You're still rolling your attack at disadvantage though, because it's still kind of murky. It's hard to make out. It's moving within the water.
Alright. Oh, that's a natural 1.
The arrow just kind of into the water and is floating harmlessly now. Would you like to do anything else?
Oh, so we only get to make 1 attack.
No, you were holding your action.
So I can make my full
Correct.
action. Okay, yes, so I'm gonna do
You
shoot
can
my 2 other.
you can continue to fire off arrows at disadvantage. Go for it.
Oh, okay, so the second one did hit,
Okay.
and it was disadvantaged, but it hit, and I'll do my last one.
Okay. Somehow your arrow, traveling at such a high velocity, pierces the water and manages to stick into the creature. Firing once again, knocking an arrow. Your arrow again straight into the water and finds its target. There's thrashing. There's more blood now, and now you can't make out either one of them.
Okay. Don't shoot Ender. And that's the end of my turn.
Eli, it's your turn.
Can I see what's happening right now?
You see a bunch of blood. Water just bright red. Sort of a darkish red.
I want to move into the water.
Okay, you drop off the ledge into the water, sure.
Yep. Can I see you at this point at the tunnel?
You see nothing. You see a red mass between the bits of fronds of kelp that are swaying in the water, just obscuring the entrance. Like the kelp is starting to float back into place where it was before, and it's just a curtain of kelp that's covering the entrance. You can still kind of make out shapes, but it's just a red mass in the water in front of you.
I'm gonna hold my action to if I can be able to see that point where I have on the map, the middle of
Okay.
that big sphere, and I'm going to hold a fireball.
All right. Interesting.
Fireball?
Yes.
I can tell.
What
I can go ahead and tell you right now that you're gonna lose your action if that's what you're trying to do, because you can't see that point, and you wouldn't be able to see it within the next 6 seconds of this round.
There's nothing really I can do. I mean, I can't make it out between the two of them, right?
Unfortunately, no. You can attempt a perception check at disadvantage. You try to make out something.
Because I definitely don't want to hit, Ender.
I have roughly 6 hit points.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think you see a foot. It might be a fishtail. You're not sure.
Like I said, I'm gonna hold my action and do exactly if it opens up. And
Okay.
it does. If not, then
Can you cast a fireball underwater?
That's a good question. Can you cast a fireball underwater?
it's not gonna be a fireball. It's gonna be turn into an ice
Okay.
ball.
And you're gonna freeze
More.
freeze everyone in the water.
Including
Yeah.
yourself.
No, that's what the 20-foot radius is. That's why I need to see
And
exactly
then,
that point.
and then the water around you gets really cold. Everything is shriveling. What's going on? Gunthril, on your turn, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna run over, jump in the water, and swim, since I'm good at swimming. And
Okay. So you dive headlong into the water, and as you get through the fronds of the kelp, and you see the smaller form of Ender in front of you, as you rush through the red, it's just red mass. You don't see anything. So as you get to that point, now you can see nothing. Whatever the blood is just filling this small small opening to this tunnel, and all the entire water around you is starting to fill.
Alright, move back a little further.
Okay.
Trying to get to the point where I can see something, but
Oh yeah, you can
It's
see
no action.
you see a mass now. You can see this thing with its fish, it's an amphibian features, and it's holding its harpoon in its hand.
okay, and I'll add my action.
Okay. Ari, it's your turn. All your friends are jumping in the water.
Can I make a perception check to see if I can see Ender?
Sure, but you would need to get closer. I would say that in order to see Ender, you'd need to get right about there. Make a perception check with disadvantage. You're not sure. You think it's Ender? Also, by the way, you have everyone targeted. I don't know if you noticed that.
How do I untarget them?
I could take everyone off for you if you'd like. There you go.
You can control click
Thank you.
to target, control click to turn it off.
All right.
Okay, well, I can't see him to heal him, so...
Everybody in the pool.
Nice
Pretty
pool
much.
party. Yay.
Or you just sort of slip into the water. The water's nice. Feels nice and cool on your skin. It's a little brackish. And it's a little bit darker, a little pink in the area where you slid into the water, where the red is dissipating. And it's much, much redder in the area immediately to the southeast of where you are. And you can see Eli, who's currently floating in the water, sort of doggy paddling, treading water, and he's got his hands out in front of him like he's making symbols with his fingers.
Okay, well, I can't cast anything at this time, so I'm just gonna try and wait and hope that I can see Ender later to heal it.
Okay. Eli, you will lose your held action as the next round begins. And it's your turn again.
Knowing that that wouldn't work, my first thought, I'm going to swim up there to see if I can see a creature.
Okay. You see something that's right in front of you. This big mass of something through the red mist, it's starting to get a little bit clearer now, so you can make out the outline of this creature.
I'm going to pull out that dagger that I got earlier and
Okay.
stab it.
Keep in mind you are not attuned to that item.
Yeah. I'm just seeing what it does.
Okay.
If anything, is it just a regular... I mean, since I'm not attuned to it, it's just a regular dagger?
You're not sure. You connect.
What kind of... Did it roll regular damage then?
Actually, I apologize. This doesn't require attunement. It just happens. So the creature...
Okay.
The creature will take a Constitution save. As you plunge the dagger into the creature's side, you just feel like a rush of vibration up your arm. And it fails. And it takes 2d10 poison damage.
Ooh. On top of the regular dagger attack?
Yep.
Oh, dang.
So it'll take 10 more damage on top of poison damage on top of your damage.
So 16 damage. Oh, dang.
So you just stab it, and its body violently convulses, and the red mist just sort of from the undulations of its body sort of dissipates, and it's now floating dead in the water. And you are all out of combat, my friends.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to Ender and heal him immediately.
Actually, Ender is going to swim out of the water immediately. Faster than you can get to him, for sure.
Okay, then
As
I'll
you,
heal him up here.
you start swimming towards Ender, and he swims past you, and you find yourself slowing down, like confused for a moment, like what?
Out of fear, because I'm not even sure if the guy's dead yet. I have no idea. I saw a window to escape, and I just like
Gunther,
I've taken a huge breath as I emerge out of the water.
well, I should say, yeah. I mean,
Gosh darn it, I
you can
healed
still
myself.
breathe water. You guys can still breathe water.
I'm gonna drag the Murrow out.
Okay.
Okay.
Gunther, as you look down, you could see that cavern, that underwater tunnel, continued on. Before you noticed that before you got out of the tunnel.
Okay. Ender, good job. You took that thing out.
Yes. Yes, I did. Probably.
s-
I don't even know what happened. To tell you the truth.
You know, maybe we should reconsider our plan. We seem to get ambushed a lot by these things.
I might give you guys some experience points for that. Alright, so you each received 270 experience points for that encounter.
Woohoo.
And I should mention, the encounter was all three of those marrow.
Wow.
It was like an extended encounter, because you guys kept like essentially announcing your presence to them.
Not us.
Alright. Ari healed me that D8 plus 2D8, so. That's 10 more HP. Okay, I'm down to 35 wound.
Okay.
Shall we move on, or should we take a rest?
I would like to take a rest.
Alright, are you guys taking a short rest?
I'm looking over the body of this thing, and well, we could like send a stealthy one that doesn't do too much and then have her.
Yeah, are you guys sending somebody ahead?
No, I don't think we're going to be sending anyone ahead. I feel like that would be a death sentence, and I'm going to gesture to the hole in my chest.
I think we all better move as one. I don't know how stealthy I'll be in this water. But, we do have past that trace.
My vote is for a rest. We could do a short rest or a long rest. It doesn't matter. I think if we're going to be in this, I don't know what you guys need, but I at least vote at least a short rest.
I'm alright with that.
Yeah, I'm alright with the short rest as well.
Okay. I will mark the group as taking a short rest. If you guys would like to spend hit die to heal up, you may.
I'm gonna make a little campfire, and I'm gonna cook this creature, see if it tastes good, or does
Okay.
it taste like fish or not.
It reeks of fish.
Anybody want some fish?
Oh, sure. Is it grilled? Do you have any spices?
I haven't been able to buy spices. So it's just fish.
So no one's. Are any of you watching at this point?
Lathana's going to watch. She
Okay,
doesn't need
so-
a rest much.
All right. So if anyone would like to spend hit die, you can. You could spend all of your hit die if you like.
She takes the time to sit by the water. She's watching the tunnel and she collects her arrows.
Okay. You can see, Lathana, that the fronds, the kelp fronds, continue to sort of sway in the current of the moon pool. And every so often you can just see beyond the fronds into the water beyond the tunnel that continues on.
Remind me again about hit die. Like when we do a short rest, it says here I have a D8, or is that 5d8?
Okay, so the way that hit die work is to use one, you're going to hover your mouse over the 5 and double click.
Mm-hmm.
And that will heal you. It'll roll a dice and it'll heal you for that much. You can spend all your hit die right now, or you can just spend a couple.
I only have one there. Does that mean I only have one hit die, or is it a 5 for a 5 hit die?
That 5 will change every time you double click on it. So it'll gradually go down. So like right now.
I see.
So right now you recovered 12, and your hit die went. Now you recovered 9. See, it's random. What you recover is random.
I get it.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's all you wish to spend?
Yeah.
Okay. So you all sit around the warm fire. Gunthral flays this creature up real quick and is able to make some fish steaks for all of you. And over the course of the hour, you don't notice any more resistance. Nothing comes to the surface of the water. Nothing attacks you.
Well, rest up and heal up as much as you can. Enjoy the food. Anyone sing a song? Play some music?
Well, I think I have something in here. She starts rummaging through her.
Or we all can just sit around the fire and tell stories.
Oh, I thought I had. No, I went with the dice, didn't I? Well, I have some dice if you want to play a game.
I would love to, but let me. I'm going to cast Identify on the dagger
Okay.
as a ritual.
All right. How long does that take? 10 minutes?
Yep.
Yes, you do, Ender. Should be in your inventory.
I was looking for it. I couldn't find it. I was going to just shoot myself out of there. Yeah, I don't think I have it.
Let me throw it in your inventory then.
Oh, never
I
mind.
was going to bring that up, but I decided to instead to just slash at the guy.
Right.
Because, he could just shoot at me again.
How'd you like getting critically hit by a harpoon that dragged you into the water?
I now know what it feels like to be a fish. I felt like they were land fishing.
Lathana goes ahead and puts a d20 bone dice in front of each person. Want to play?
All right. There you go. It's in your inventory now.
Ooh, cool.
And after casting your spell, Eli.
Oh, hold on. I messed up. It's supposed to be a pearl. I thought it was 100 gold. It's actually supposed to be a pearl worth 100 gold.
Ah, so do you have one?
Like, no, I don't.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was just 100 gold, but Mark reminded me it is actually a pearl. So we'll have to go back to the city and get them.
Yeah.
Actually, there might be a pearl in the water.
Yeah, but can he find one worth 100 gold in the next hour?
Yeah, probably not.
I'd say roll the die and find out. You never know.
DC is 36.
Get in that water, Eli.
Yeah, it's safe in there. I'm going to laugh. The water is warm this time of year.
Auri, you said how do you obtain a cork?
Yeah.
What, do you need one for a spell?
Yeah.
Okay. Did I never not give you a component pouch?
I was not able to get the components before we started, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, let me give you one.
Thank you. That's why I've not been casting many spells. I'm like, I don't have this stuff.
There you go.
Thank you.
You now have a component pouch. Eli doesn't have one. He has an arcane focus, so he's not pulling out stuff. All right. So the hour goes on, and you all begin to stand up, gather your things. And what would you like to do?
Let's head on in, guys.
Watch out for harpoons.
All right,
I'm gonna dive in.
Okay, Ender dives into the water.
Leith, then. Never mind.
Yes, Gunny.
I figure you take the lead.
Oh, okay. She dives right after.
Okay.
Or Ender.
Ender apparently is raring to go.
Oh. No, I'm sorry. I'm just clicking to get the vision more. I'm
Okay.
like playing a video game here. Sorry. This as a video game. Just trying to get my solid snake in.
Okay.
Now, how long was that short rest?
That was an hour.
Oh yeah, no more past ladder.
Yeah, go ahead and lead. Sorry.
I swim ahead, trying to be as, I don't know, as stealthy as you can, and water's really not too bad.
Okay.
I'm good. I got a 20-foot ever bright lantern I want to use.
He's so proud of that.
So as you continue on through the murky water, you can see that the tunnel continues to curve around into the north. What you think is the north.
Do we still have those bubble things?
You still have it. That lasts for 24 hours.
Okay. So wait, have we had bubbles like around our head the whole time?
It's sort of like an effervescence, if you will. Like
so I wouldn't have been drowning.
Yeah, you wouldn't have been. You wouldn't have been drowning. So I edit.
Edit, yeah, soft edit.
Soft edit.
That's why I chose to keep half orc instead of the dragon sign, just because I like those abilities so much more.
Gotcha.
It's my favorite thing about half orc.
So Lathana, as you continue on down the tunnel, you can see that it continues to curve up slightly. And and you all continue to swim after her.
Blah, 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 blah.
And as you reach the end, what appears through the end, the tunnel tapers up and appears to open into what looks like a set of stairs.
I poke my head out of the water and see what I can see, and then before stepping out.
Sure thing. You see a set of stairs that appears to rise up to what looks like a curtain, and there's light emanating from below the curtain.
Still in the water though.
Still in the water? Okay.
No, I'm asking. Oh, okay, I see now.
Yeah, the stairs come up out of the water, and you can see that there's a curtain there. And you can see that there is light emanating and coming down the staircase towards you.
Okay. I get up on the first 2 steps and I wait for everyone else to swim up.
Okay.
I just point to the curtain and the light and just put my finger to my mouth and like, shh. And I move forward.
Okay. So the curtain seems that it's just like a simple curtain, just solid color. It's like a sort of a drab olive green color.
Can I peek underneath it or to the side of?
Sure. You can like lift the curtain if you want a little bit. Make a stealth check for me.
Okay.
I did put the light away.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Looking underneath the curtain, you can see ahead of you appears to be some sort of meeting hall with some tables and some chairs. You see some cabinets that appear to be lining the walls, and what looks like a stove. And you see some sort of a makeshift door made of planks on one end, and a painting on the northern wall that is just barely covered by another curtain. And you continue to see series of curtains that just sort of line the wall. And then immediately before you, beyond the curtain, you can see sort of an old, drab, dusty rug that's currently like splayed before you. Like it's immediately beyond the curtain. And then there, of course, there's the ever bright lantern, which is immediately to your right, which is shining bright light. And you can also see candles that are also emanating soft light throughout the chamber.
I relay all this information to everyone. You ready to go in?
Let's go on.
Sure, let's go.
Okay. And I push through
Okay, so you open the curtain.
as stealthily as I can.
Okay. As you open the curtain and revealing the room, you can see around that and I'll go ahead and reveal this chamber for you guys. It's a big chamber, I apologize.
I see a table with chairs there, so obviously there aren't any Naga sitting there. Right, yeah, that's right. Flavor. Forgot.
Yeah, look how big those chairs are. Those are giant chairs.
Yep.
Oh boy, Fantasy Grounds is trying to crash. It knows it's almost time to end. Okay. Well, Fantasy Grounds is catching up to itself. So you all begin to creep up the stairs, following behind Lithana?
Yeah, I'm directly behind her.
Okay.
If there's ever any danger, I want to be able to step in front of her.
Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. It finally caught up to itself. Okay, so Lithana, you head into the room proper and you begin to traipse across this old, disgusting rug. And as you do, the corners of the rug begin to lift along the edges. And all of a sudden, you get this weird sensation of tugging as you feel the bottom of your body is now pulled sideways as this rug undulates and rises up like a snake and wraps around you. And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Oh, one of these.
No problem. Dispel magic.